The Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business Podcast brings you a unique view of Mesa through its vibrant business community and the subjects that are important. The podcast is produced in the Mesa Chamber of Commerce Media Studio. Our podcast is hosted by Mesa Chamber of Commerce CEO Sally Harrison. Please enjoy this episode of the Mesa Chamber Inside Business Podcast.
Hi everybody, this is Jeff Bear Media Group, and I am very proud to be hosting this podcast through the Mesa Chamber of Commerce Mental Health Subcommittee. And today we have Greg Bouslog with us from the YMCA. Hey, when I was in high school, 3 years ago, we had a YMCA near us, and every Friday night we had dances. You know who played one night?
Who's that?
Carlos Santana.
You're kidding.
I'm serious.
Wow.
He wasn't, big time at that point.
Sure, I can imagine.
But so I have very fond memories of the Y as a young man, and
everyone has a Y story, which I think is awesome. Like they have a connection to the Y at some point. So we always, when we go around, we meet people. You're like, "What's your Y story?" So that's your Y story.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
There's more.
Right.
But we're not going down that road today.
Sure.
Anyway, for someone who's never been to a YMCA, what do they expect when they walk in the doors?
Yeah, we get a stigma that we're just a gym and swim, and we're so much more than that. We offer a lot of different great programs for families. So we're offering, we have a preschool on site. Not a lot of people know that. We have a summer camp. We have before and after school. We have youth sports, swim lessons. We do have group exercise. We have a full fitness center, personal trainers. So we offer a lot of stuff to everybody. I joke around that we're diaper to diaper. We have something from age 0 to all the way through age. We have our oldest member is like 92 years old, so we have something for everybody.
Tell us a little bit. When I went to your facility for the first time, I was just amazed at how beautiful it was and how full of great, recreational items and things. Tell us a little bit about what your facility looks like.
Yeah, it's a rare 2-story YMCA for the Valley of Sun YMCA, but we have on the bottom level, it's a lot of our youth services. So it's our basketball court, it's our esports room, it's our preschool rooms. We have a ninja gym. So when you think about America with Ninja Warrior, it's like that, but obviously brought down for kids, very padded. So we have a lot of stuff on that bottom level for kids. Our pool's out back. But then the upper level is our main fitness center where people can focus on their healthy lifestyle, take a group exercise class, get to know people. We have a lot of sense of community up there where you're checking in on your fellow exercise people and making sure that they're showing up that day. And so it's a really great facility. It's a newer one in the Valley, which is nice. But yeah, it's something I take a lot of pride in.
The mission of the Y focuses on health, spirit, mind, and body. How do you see that come to life in your day-to-day?
Yeah, and one of my favorite things about the mission is we focus on all that for all. So we don't turn anybody away. And so we help focus on the body by offering healthy living classes, by having a full fitness center. We're focusing on the spirit by giving back to the community. So I talked about a lot of those great programs that we have to offer. The best thing that we do is we don't turn anybody away for inability to pay. And so when they come to us and say, "Hey, I want to put my kid in basketball, but I can't afford it," we have funds available to help scholarship and offset those costs. So we really try to make sure that everyone has access to those great programs that the Y offers.
Can you break down the 6-7 promo and who it is really helping?
Yeah, so I don't know if people listening might understand that the 6-7 thing the teens are doing. It's probably overplayed now. My young kids tell me that was so 2025. It's 2026 now. We can't. But so we have a 6-7 promo at the YMCA. It's focused for teens. It's a promo for teens to join the YMCA. So they can join now for 67 cents. And they actually save $10 a month every month from now until they age out of the teen category. And so what we're trying to do is lower that barrier for teens to join the YMCA. And so by taking that cost down, it kind of helps them be able to afford a membership at the YMCA and start focusing on their healthy lifestyles.
Tell us a little bit about how the YMCA financial assistance actually works for families who need it.
Yeah, so my main job roles is to fundraise dollars year round. And so like our goal this year for 2026 was to raise $130,000. we actually raised $170,000, which is just awesome. It's a show of support from this community to want to give back to the lower income families. So we take those dollars and we put them into the community. So the nice thing is we do have people that pay memberships. We have people who pay for youth sports, preschool, whatnot. That helps keeps the light on. That helps keeps pay my salary. So that $170,000 that we've raised this year, 100% of it goes back into the community, and it helps lower income families be able to access the YMCA. So if a single mom comes in and says, "Hey, I have to work, but I have nowhere to put my child, and I can't afford early learning." Early learning is a very expensive thing these days, and so we say, "Okay, well, we can help you with that, and here's a percentage off of your early learning costs." So that's what those financial assistance dollars does. It helps, and it doesn't just go for early learning. It can go for a membership. It can go for youth sports, swim lessons, anything that the YMCA offers that is a paid program.
So, you mentioned fundraising and all that. What do you guys do during the course of a year to fundraise? Do you have events? Do you have just, flyers that go out and say, "Please join, please donate"? What kind of things are available for the public that would like to get involved in this, that what they could do?
Yeah, a lot of it is relationship built. So it's myself, my board of advisors building those relationships so they can go and ask every single year for funds. So it is one-on-one asks. We also have, if anyone were listening to this, say, "Hey, I want to donate to the Y, but I don't know who to donate to," they can actually go to www.valleyymca.org/donate.
And it's the Farnsworth.
Ross Farnsworth East Valley YMCA is our location. Yeah, and so there's those options as well. We also do a big golf tournament every September that raises close to another $45,000 or so on top of the $170,000 that we raised this year. So that's another way that we raise funds to be able to help support the community. But yeah, a lot of it is relationship built. We go out and we try to get into the community. We try to ask, get to know people and tell the Y story to people so that they know what we do, what we offer, how we help people, and that usually inspires people to want to give.
I'd like to kind of pivot now to the mental health programs
Absolutely.
that you've been running. What excites you the most about mental health first aid into the high schools this fall? I know you ran it last year.
Yeah.
What was good about it?
I think what it does is it gets the conversation started, right? So I don't know that we necessarily we're not striking a pen through the problem and crossing it off the list, because it's not going away, but we need to start having that conversation about teen mental health. And it's a big issue in our community. It's a big issue in a lot of people's communities. So how do we just start having that conversation? And that's, I think, what we did last year is just started to have that conversation, and now we want to start teaching people how to help one another. And so this course that we're going to start offering in the fall is not necessarily teaching the person that has mental health issues how to solve it themselves and within themselves, but it's creating mental health first aiders. And so that way, if I'm a kid in a high school, I can recognize the signs in my friends, or if I'm a teacher, or if I'm just someone in the community, it can help me recognize the signs of someone who's maybe struggling with mental health.
And do you get into the stop the stigma, and if you see something, say something?
Yep, and how to the course is going to teach you the signs to look out for, but it's going to teach you how to react. And so it's little things like, hey, listen non-judgmentally. Don't try to just solve their problems right away. Don't put yourself in their shoes, because you don't know what they're going through. So just sometimes you need to know the symptoms, because not a lot of times teens are going to come to you and say, "Hey, I'm struggling." So you need to know what to look out for. But if they do come to you and say, "I'm struggling," you got to know what to do after that, and how to listen and how to help them along the way. Maybe they do get to the point where they're comfortable telling you, "Hey, I need help. Could you help guide me to somebody more professional that's going to help me?"
Do you have, based on last year's classes, are there certain size limits, certain age groups, and how long? What's the frequency? They're every month, every other month, and how long is each session?
Yeah, we haven't figured that out yet for the fall. We're still working through that, but I think ideally we want to focus on high school kids. That's not to say that a 13, a 12-year-old can't have mental health issues and shouldn't be helped, but we want to focus mostly on teens. So that's where we're kind of focusing on. We do want to make sure that we're offering it enough, but we also want to make sure that we have a good amount of kids in each course. I think that's why. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start with kids at the Y. And so we do offer teen classes or teen programming at a lot of different locations, whether that's summer teen camp. We have teens in our basketball, volleyball programs. We have 13-year-olds in our after-school program. So we have kids at the Y. We're going to start with them and see how it goes, and then we have connections with Mesa Public Schools, Gilbert Public Schools that we want to use in order to try to get into those high schools and have access to all those kids. Because what we found in this first segment of class is that sometimes it's hard for them to come to us, and so that's why we want to go out to them and get to them.
Okay, that sounds great. What differences do you see between teens who are new to the Y and those who have been involved for a while? And then how do you think staying active and connected plays into all that?
Yeah, I'll answer that second question first. I think staying active, I think in order to focus on your mental health, you also want to have your physical health as well. And so we provide those opportunities with those teen memberships to where they can focus on that physical health and make sure their physical health well-being is great. But also at the YMCA, we have so many different things that we can offer them that I think we've been doing for years that we didn't realize were actually really helping people with their mental health. Being part of a team, finding friends at the Y, so they can join a basketball team. They can find new friends. They're also staying physically fit, but they're also being part of a supporting team environment. We have, some of them are in our after-school program or our summer camp, and they might find a positive role model at the YMCA, a counselor that they feel more comfortable talking to about mental health than maybe their parents or a teacher. And so some of those things that we already offer at the YMCA have been things that I don't think we recognize we're helping with mental health, but we've been doing them for years. And so that's what I think that's what I think teens find when they come to the YMCA, is that connectiveness with other kids that might be going through the same things that they're going through.
Do you have some advice you might want to give someone who's going through a hard time?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think just find someone you're comfortable talking to and have that conversation. I think a lot of times you just you bottle it up for so long, and by not talking to somebody, that it just starts to build and build and build and build. And you never know who that person might be. It might be a parent, it might be a teacher, it might be a coach, it might be a friend, or it might just be a positive role model, like someone at the YMCA, like a summer camp counselor or whoever. But just find that one person that you're really comfortable to talk with and just have a conversation. Let them know that you're struggling, and maybe they have some advice for you that might help out.
From your standpoint as the executive director, are there any other needs that your YMCA needs that you would like to promote on air?
We always need awareness. I like to joke around that we're locationally challenged, where you and I have had that conversation before. We're tucked back behind a lot of things, and more buildings are coming up in front of us, and we're not on a major street. So I just want people to know where we are. I go to my kids' school, which is right across the street, several times, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know there was a Y around here." I'm like, "We're a 2-minute drive away." And so we just need people to know where we are. And then once they know where we are, I like to bring them in and talk about what we do. Like I said in the beginning of this, we get labeled as a gym and swim, and that's it. And we do so much more, and we help the community, and I'm passionate, my team is passionate about helping the community. And so I just want them to know that that's the work that we do. So if they want to help support that work, great. But then I also want people to know that that need that help, need that support, that it's available to them at the YMCA. And what I try to do is, if we don't have the resources to help somebody, I like to be able to be the place that might be able to pivot them to the resources to help them. So even if we can't help them physically at the YMCA, if they come in and say, "Hey, I need a place to stay tonight," maybe I have a community resource I can connect them with, and they can help them.
I would encourage all of you to give Greg a call. Maybe you can give him your phone number before you sign off today, and go over for a tour of the property, because when you go, you're going to get blown away. It's a great facility. It's almost brand new. It's 2-3 years old.
It was built in 2009.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's a little older,
but
that's okay.
It looks fantastic.
I appreciate that.
It
makes it seem like we're taking good care of it then.
And the other thing I'd like to go back to is that, you mentioned like for the golf tournament as a fundraiser. So for those of you out there that want to help support, a great mission like this, you can maybe look at the website and see an event that you're not going to go to, but you can make a donation and support the mission. And that's really an important part of really connecting with the community.
Yeah, and whether they want to give $5 or $5,000, all of it helps. All of it is needed, and all of it goes right back into the community.
Right. Do you want to give your contact information?
Yeah, so they can always call the front desk at 480-649-9622. Funny thing about that phone number is 9622 spells out YMCA on the phone. If you're old enough to remember that there used to be letters with numbers, that spells out YMCA on the phone. So 480-649-9622.
I'm old enough because I saw Carlos Santana play when I was in high school.
Right.
Okay. What about an email? Do you want to drop your email?
Yeah, it's G, B as in boy, O-U, S as in Sam, L-O-G, at VOSYMCA.org.
Valley of the Sun.
Yep, Valley of the Sun YMCA.
So I encourage you out there to give Greg a call, send him an email, go see the facility, get involved, and see where you can maybe not just help teens, but help yourself a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they are shy, we have a lot of people come in shy to talk about their financial situations, and that's okay. But we're willing to help out anyone who needs it, whether it's, hey, I just need a little bit extra to help me get me started, or I need a lot, we're willing to help out.
All right. Greg, thanks and good luck, and I hope your program this year just takes off.
Absolutely. I appreciate all the support you've given us, Jeff, over the last year that we've met, and your willingness to not only promote the YMCA but also promote and help solve this whole mental health issue crisis we have is unbelievable.
It's absolutely my pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
This has been a Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business podcast. You can find all podcast episodes at iTunes, Spotify, or your own favorite podcast website. You can also find them online at mesachamber.org. Content of this podcast is copyright the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, unless otherwise noted.